Hey guys, so today we'll be doing a reading about who do you need to forgive. I feel like it's going to be who or what, but I'm only going to focus on who do you need to forgive. And so with this reading, the idea is who do you need to forgive for the benefit of you, you know? Because sometimes I feel like we hold on to things and it may be that I feel like a good amount of times it's because we don't see the perspective of the whole situation because we're so zoomed in and we're so connected to it on an emotional level, whatever it may be. It's we're kind of fogged, our perception of the situation is a little fogged, and so that makes us hold on to it. But if we saw it from a grander place, then we'll really be able to release it, acknowledge it, accept it, and release it. So that's what this reading I want to this is the idea of what this reading is for. Okay, we're gonna do 4 piles, and we're gonna use the Oracle of Pluto deck because this is inspired by the full moon and Scorpio. So let's get the cards. We have pile 1 with turkey. That's one of my favorite cards. Pile 2 with cub. Pile 3 with swallow. No. Yeah, swallow. Yeah. And then pile 4 with salamander. Okay, I'm gonna hold them all up. Bottom of the deck is spider. Collective energy is spider. Okay, pile 1 turkey. Pile 2 cub. Pile 3 swallow. And pile 4 salamander. Okay, period. Let's get into them. Okay, pile 1, this is your reading if you chose the turkey card. So I want to get into what this card talks about. This turkey card talks about allowing yourself to be let your wild side come out to play, you know? It talks about the benefits of being wild and free and not bound by societal standards and what they think. So with that message coming out, who do you need to forgive is society. Society for putting these bounds and limits on you of who you feel you can be. And that's so crazy because this morning when I went on a walk, I had came in the house and I kept singing, I'm just a girl in the world, that's all that you'll ever let me be. And that's literally the energy that this is giving. Because in that song, Gwen Stefani, she talks about how society, because she's just a girl, she can't even go outside. These things are so everything is a risk for her, and it's oh, you can't do this, you can't do that, just because she was born a girl or that turned into a woman, you know? So it's you can benefit from forgiving society for putting these limitations on you just because of who you were born. Yeah, I was gonna say born to be, but just because of who you were and who you were born, and not the circumstances, but the, I don't even know the word. I was gonna say conditions, but yeah, shit that you can't control, being a girl, you know. Yeah, the limits that society's put on you. Let's get more into it. Wait, because there's more coming to me before I get into the cards. Yeah, so it's there may be things that you want to get into that are deemed not appropriate for your stereotypical gender or whatever. That's what I'm getting, it's a gender thing. So it's like, I really want to do this, but I don't want to be like labeled this. It's kind of like labels. And like, once you forgive society for like limiting you, like the patriarchal society and capitalism for like limiting you and like making you feel like you can't be your true self. Like from like things like, how like, I noticed this in the Black community where it's like fetishized and even like praised for like women to like other women, but when men like other men, it's like, oh my god, like they're destroying the Black community, they're like the leaders, the head hoes, what are we gonna do, blah blah blah. But then like whenever they're like speaking down and they're spreading their hatred for like homosexuality, it's always geared towards like men. So it's the standards, like the double standards, it's just like crazy. And then it's like I keep coming to engineering and like anything like in technology, it's like a male dominant career industries. So you may be doing something that like, so how like, for example, like how men do tarot and like they're in the spiritual community, like when it's like mostly like a woman dominated field, or even like things like nursing, how like most like people in the nursing industry are women, but then there's also male nurses. And so people like be like, they don't value them as much, or like when there's like male teachers versus like women teachers, things like that. And like there's just so much stigma around these things. So it's like you may be limited, find yourself being limited by these like stigmas and these stereotypes, and like you're being asked to forgive society, especially patriarchal capitalism, all of it. Even it could be like a cultural thing, because it's like this is just all conditioning, and it's been like, it's so deep that like there's not even a decade of change could probably even change how much, like how deep it runs, like honestly. So yeah, you're just being asked to forgive, acknowledge it, accept it, but like don't let it limit you, because you're far like beyond that. Because if you do, it's like you're not gonna be able to be your full self. Because this deck talks about like your shadow aspects, and I'm also doing a reading like about that too, so I don't want to get too much into that. But yeah, it's like that's a part of like your shadow that you need to like embrace, like the parts of you that goes against the societal norms. Like take it and run with it, because it's a part of you. You can't. It's like I was just thinking about this morning. It's like we all talk, especially in the spiritual community. I don't really like to get like too involved in the spiritual community, because I feel like a lot of people who are in like power and things like kind of let it like mess with their head, and they like have this holier than thou, better than thou type of mentality, and they don't even realize it, because it's like our egos is what make us human. Like it's not something we can, like, I don't know why it's like this thing to get rid of it, because you can't. That's not a thing. You're human for a reason. Like you have your shadow, you have your ego. Like there's your shadow self and your ego. It's kind of like the sun and the moon, and those are two things that make you who you are. You cannot get rid of it, and you don't need to. You need to acknowledge it and embrace it and apply it to your life. It's not for you to deem bad or good. It's for you to see it for what it is and to accept it and to work with it. You know? So it's like, yeah. I don't even know how I got on that tangent. But I think it's because I was saying, like, these are just, it's just a part of who you are. And it's not something that's, like, good or bad. It's just who you are. And, like, you were born, my dog farted, that's just me. And you were just born to be you. So, like, don't, like, allow anything to limit that. It's not, there's no good or bad. It's just you're just you. Okay, so I want to see what other messages come out. If there's that, I could just channel all of it. So yeah. Also, yeah, I'm not gonna speak on it. I'm not gonna speak on it. I'm trying so hard not to be controversial. I got something that I want to say, but I'm not. I'm gonna keep it to myself. Three of Cups. Yeah, like, just enjoy yourself. Being in the present moment. But look, we also have the Hermit. Oh, look, in the sun. And I mentioned the sun. That's crazy. But let's get into the Three of Cups though. Yeah, you're being asked to embrace the current moment and like find people, a group of like a community of people that are like you. When you embrace this side of yourself, I just heard it like someone else talking about this. Like when you embrace your full identity, you can really attract like your soul tribe and people that truly resonate with you because you're putting yourself out there and you're like you are doing so when you like embrace yourself, you tend to like do things that are like also like everything starts to fall into line. So it's like once you accept like your full self, it's like everything comes full circle. So like everything you do is out of like self alignment. So like the activities that you choose to do is what like truly is aligned with you, right? So then you're gonna be in like spaces where other people who enjoy those activities like are also there. So then with that being that, you guys are like aligned because you guys have mutual like enjoyments. So like by you just choosing to be yourself, it's like it aligns you with the people that also like are on your same wavelength. So if you're trying to like come into a community and really connect with people more on interpersonal relationships, whether it be like romantic or just like trying to build a community, like a solid community, like say you like meet people and you guys connect but it never really sticks, and then you want like a really like a solid friend group, it's telling you to like by embracing this aspect of yourself that society has told you that like is no good, you'll really like get like the wishes and the desires that you want. I always loved the Three of Cups. Then I started watching like tarot readings and then they'll be like third party situation, third party. So then I like started like moving away from Three of Cups, and I'll be like, oh, yeah, okay, never mind. But this card is just so positive. Like it's like they're turning up. This always gives me festival vibes. So I don't know if you're into festivals, but like check that out. Like their attire is even like so different. Like it's, like this could be a casual everyday like meetup, and she got a whole mermaid outfit on, and they like got their own stuff on too. Like they're all different, but they're similar because they go against the norm. You know, I seen 1010 and 1212 on the timer too. Then the Hermit, it's like when you have that like embrace, it's like no one can tell you who you are when you embrace all aspects of yourself. When you go within and you see things for what they are and yourself for who you are, it's like no one can tell you shit. Like you're gonna illuminate, like your inner child like was gonna thrive, I promise you. And then this red flag always stands out to me, but it's like really standing out, and then you'll be able to see the red flags. You'll be able to see the red flags right then because you know what aligns with you and what doesn't. So it's like, no, I'm stopping that right at the door. Yeah. Then like I was paying attention to this. It's like a little star, but then it also made me, because they have the Ace of Pentacles, it made me think of that. So like tangible new opportunities will come in, and then we have the Ten of Swords. Everything is fine. So yeah, it'll help you like get out of your head. And then we have the Hierophant, which talks about like society. 1313 on the timer. But yeah, like you'll have tangible new opportunities coming in when like you like connect and like embody all like facets of self. Yeah. So you're being asked to forgive society. That's who you could benefit from releasing, accepting, acknowledging, and releasing. Okay? I feel like there's so much more to say, but like I just want to stop with that. Like I have more cards. Should I pull them? I don't know, because I don't want it to dilute the message. So I'm gonna leave it there. Let me know what you guys think, pile number one that chose the turkey card. I was gonna say quack quack. That's not a. What sound do turkeys make? I don't gobble gobble. Okay, for real. Like, comment, subscribe. Let me know what you guys think, and I'll see you guys in another one. Peace. Okay, hey pal two. This is a reading if you chose the Cup card, and I'm gonna get into what this reading is about. Let me release the energy because I was just talking to group one and I was trying to figure out what sound the turkey makes, and I was like quack quack, and I was like that's a duck, and I said gobble gobble, and now I can't stop laughing. So I need to release that energy before I get into gobble gobble. That's oh wait, that actually transitions really well into your reading because the cub talks about inner child and how I'm like laughing and giggling about like the smallest thing, like an animal sound. That's so cute. Ah, okay. So you're reading Who You Need to Forgive is Your Parents. Oh, that was deep. That was deep, yeah. Oh my god, I felt that. You need to forgive your parents because it's like your inner child was so happy, so bubbly, and it's like that energy was like stunted and kind of like a how, like there's a candle and then you need to put it out, so you put like a top on top of it and the flame goes out, or even like when you have a candle lit and then the wax becomes like too much and then like the flame like goes out, so it's like over time like your flame got diminished, or it may have like been one specific event that happened that really just did it, and like it was you and like never reignited ever since. Like you may have like little moments, but like it's just never been the same since that like event happened, because it could have been multiple things and then like led up and then just one major thing. But yeah, and a lot of times I feel like we can't even like go back and remember what it was because it's like so much happened that it was just accumulation of things, and then next one day we just don't have that flame anymore. Wow. Yeah, that's so crazy. Yeah. So your parents. I want to pull this deck and ask what your inner child wants from you, what your inner child needs. What does pile number two's inner child need in order to help them forgive their parents? Studying. I heard discipline. Not like discipline your parents. That would be crazy. Imagine. That would be crazy. Imagine, like, yeah, you know what? You did this to me. It's payback. Nursing home for you. No, real shit. And then study came out. Wow. Ooh, ooh. My dog just rolled all over the thing. Studying. And then we have Black art history. Ooh, oh, he never had to snort out loud. That's crazy. This is giving. I got two messages. One about like studying your ancestry and like going back in time and seeing how like this pattern has like how like learning about your heritage and like where this stems from, like your parents' behavior. But not only in that, because I'm not truly connecting with that message, so that may be for someone, like going back and seeing like acknowledging the patterns. But like this card is giving me like literal study, like by you educating yourself, and it's like finding okay, discipline as in like you find a disciplinary like ways that like heal you. Okay, so bad, like probably like not even bad, like you may have developed habits, like say like procrastination and like anxiety, and that's not a habit, but like you may have developed anxiety and things, like just different things from like your childhood, and you're being asked to study coping mechanisms to discipline like these habits and like these like this condition that you have, to like find like ways to counteract these things, because it's like once you have trauma, it's kind of hard, it's like kind of a part of you. It's like once you have a scar, it's like you have that scar, like the scar tissue is there, it doesn't go away, but you can find ways to like aid it, help it, and like um like what do you call it, like maintain it in a way that's like it's not doesn't get extreme, you know to find like ways in which you can like coping mechanisms that can combat this. It's like by having that, because it's like it may be, you might be at a point where you're like I heard the blame game where you're like, oh my god, this happened to me, so like my parents did this to me, so like I'm this way now, and there's nothing I can do about it. But the way in which you can like combat that is like by finding ways to know that you're not broken and that you can do something about it. Like there's nothing wrong with you. You're just like you're different now, and that's okay. But just because you're different doesn't mean that like you're stuck this way. It's like, this is who I am now, and this is what I'm going to do to combat that. This is what I'm going to do to help myself. You guys weren't there for me, but the least I can do is be there for myself. And you guys, I know you guys couldn't provide me with the things, but I know that now I'm of age and I can do the work and research and find ways to help myself, even though you weren't there to be able to help me. Oh, that's so crazy. I just realized that I have this hoodie on, and it's like really about like a childhood. Wow, the Lunchable and stuff. Wait, that just randomly came. I don't know, maybe you guys should get this hoodie. Maybe it'll help you heal your inner child, or like something on this hoodie may be significant to you that you should like. We have the firm, the beads. So maybe you should do like a hairstyle, and that could be healing too. That was just so random while I was like talking about this, and I was like, wait, the hoodie. Yeah, I want to show you guys what the back is like. There's like more stuff on the back. There's like bubbles and like double dutch, like the stripe, the pressing cone. Wow, that's so crazy. I'm like, wait, something just popped up in like the hoodie. Yeah. Okay, back to what I was saying. But it's like they didn't like have the knowledge to go and like research and help you with these things. And it may be like a specific condition that you even had since you were a child. And you just like lost hope and felt like, well, this is just something that like I'm gonna have to live with, like, and there's nothing I can do about it. But no, whether it be something that you've always struggled with or that you developed and like are struggling with, it's like know that you can help yourself. You can do the research and find like like the gardener said, you can find ways in which to combat these things. And like, though your parents didn't do the work, like you can, and by you doing the work, it's gonna help you forgive your parents, because it's like, yes, you guys did this to me, but I still like am able to thrive and live the best my life to the best of my abilities, despite and in spite of this being my reality and not being my situation. I still was able to overcome it, and because of that, I forgive you guys, because you guys didn't you guys gave me more character, you gave me more life, you gave me a purpose. And this maybe like you finding a cure or like ways to combat this can help you like lead you to a greater life purpose. Like I don't know, it can like actually lead to something like grand. And then you'll be like, hey, like thank my parents for traumatizing me because and now I'm like better. Oh my god, that's crazy. I was watching there's this reader, her name's 80 Rose, and she literally was talking about that. She literally was like, yo, like if I didn't go through that fucked up shit, I would never be here now. So you could be on that same wavelength. That makes me think, okay, I wasn't gonna address this, but is this reader, and she like made a reading and she was talking about like people like watching how people watch other people's readings, and then they like she said they like she feels like they're copying their readings. And I was like, okay, no, that may be the case for like a small majority, but I don't believe that. I believe if you're a reader and you're aligned with another reader, like how Leo in the third house was literally talking about this. Let me like name drop the readings that I watched that literally were talking about this. He was saying that he loves watching the people that do reading, like he loves watching the people that like are subscribed to him do readings as well, because a lot of times they get the same messages, because and that's how he knows that they're in alignment and they're connected. And I'm like, exactly. So like I feel like, because that's such an ego-based way to think about things, as if like knowledge is only specific and like granted to you, like you are the only person that like God and divine has given access to that knowledge. It's like that knowledge does not belong to you, it belongs to the divine and the universe, and it's all about oneness. We are one. So with that being said, we have a collective of people, and we are a part of each other's collective, and we are aligned with each other. That's how we're even coming in contact with each other's content. So the chances of us getting the same messages is more likely than someone going out of their way to copy, mimic, and regurgitate. I'm like, you can see the cards that are coming out, so even like you will be able to tell and use your discernment that, hey, like that message that they're saying doesn't align with the cards that are coming out, you know. So it's like basic things that like you can tell whether or not someone's actually reading versus like if they were really regurgitating someone else's things, you know. So I'm like, no, a lot of times we can channel the same messages because we're literally going through the same things. The only way we can even give out messages is if we've gone through those experiences and we can like gather from our lives and apply it to what the message is, because without going through something, you're not going to be able to speak on an experience or speak on something that you haven't or aren't like actually going through. It doesn't work that way because your mind can't even comprehend things in that type of capacity, you know. So like that really bothered me that she like was going around spreading like that. I feel like that's misinformation, like, and why would you even like conceptualize something on such a negative like way, you know? It's like that's crazy to me. I was trying not to speak on it, but like that actually like irritated me because like why would you, I don't know, that's weird to me. Anyways, I'm sorry to turn you're reading into a whole rant, but for real, that was weird. I don't know, maybe that applies to like, maybe I need to hear that, you know, have something to say. But yeah, I'm an Aries. It's the, what is it, the last day of Aries season? I was like, okay, I was in the shower like, it's the last day of Aries season, I gotta, it's time, fuck. Okay, but for real. And then I don't know, also the things you consume, because I'm being like really shown like this, the coffee, it's like the things you put into your body, be aware of that. Because you know, I know like for me sometimes like out of habit I will like consume certain things, and it's like, bro. And then Tay was talking about that too, like out of habits, when in her bird reading, and it was the one I picked out, and she was talking about snacks, and I was like, I love a good snack. See, it's like everything, the messages, without me seeing those readings, I wouldn't even be able to like even like connect with those messages. It's like you see things for a reason and you're aligned with them and you like speak on them because like there's a reason that you've seen these things. And it's like, I don't know, like why do you think someone will have malicious intent and they will be trying to, I don't know, that shit is weird to me, bro. That shit is so weird. Like you could tell I'm teed up. That shit was weird. Build home. Ah, that's so fitting. Build home. Like you are rebuilding your home by forgiving your parents. It's like you're allowed to like create the home that you've always desired and wanted. Bro, there's a fly on my blind. Whenever I see flies or anything, I think that's like a spy. And like, you're kind of, but like for real, like that's someone like watching and like stalking your energy. I kid you not. But with build home, the way your inner child is like calling you to forgive your parents is by creating the reality that you would have wanted, the home that you would have wanted for yourself. Oh, that's so beautiful. Down to like even the colors, like when you're like, when I grow up I want this type of house, this type of house. Or even when you're a child, like I know when I was a kid I was like, I want a big house and I want a pool. So it's like, give yourself that. Give yourself everything that you would have wanted. And that's the way in which you can like forgive your parents. That's what's going to guide you to naturally forgiving your parents. Because a lot of times we try to like, especially in the like spiritual community, we're like taught to like force change and healing. But like change and healing is natural part of the evolution of life. It comes naturally. You do not have to do anything. It's going to like happen in divine timing on its own. Like, you know, that's why I think there's just so much toxicity. That's why it's like, I really recommend you being like so aligned with self. It's so important that you have like that strong sense of self, because without that you won't have discernment. You won't know what to take and what to leave, you know? So it's like, yeah, I don't even know how that connected, because I be channeling so much that like I be forgetting what I'm talking about. Because that's why, I don't know, lately I wasn't like, and then also the other thing, when I'm upset, it like fuels me. I'm a Scorpio midheaven. Like, I can't help it. When things, like, piss me off, I, like, use it as fuel. And, like, it elevates me so much. So, like, before, like, I wasn't able to, like, tap into my channeling. 29. I'm like, I'm not channeling. So today I got in the shower. I didn't take my phone. I went outside for a walk. I didn't take my phone. And I went outside. I meditated, listened to some affirmations. I drank my tea. And I was like, yeah, we finna get in there. Because I got something to say. One thing about me, I'm gonna pop my shit. Period. I'm a Pisces Mercury in the first house. I don't give a fuck. I don't give a fuck. But you got my mind made up. Look. Create. Doing me, fuck a slide. Bitch mad till that bitch beat me. Yeah. Okay. But yeah, I'm not shit talking. Maybe that's what your inner child is telling you, like, go talk some shit, pop your shit, and live your best life, you know? You have the power to create the reality that you want. Everything that you said that you wanted as a child, you are now creating. I'm getting that. Like, it's not like, when I'm just seeing the create card, literally. You are creating your reality. Like, that in itself is just beautiful. Beyond, like, what the topic of forgiving, it's like, you are so powerful and divinely guided and divinely led and, like, in alignment. You are so in alignment with self. Like, I don't even have to tell you guys this. It's like, you're the shit and you know you're the shit. But, like, also forgive your parents. Like, dead ass. And it's gonna come with time. Just keep doing it, studying, and, like, you may even be a parent yourself. Like, because I know my one friend, Fairyxbobmother, she's a parent, and, like, she talks about, like, her and her other friend, Intuitive Rose, they talk about gentle parenting. And, like, it's, like, shit like that. Like, it's the way, like, your inner child is being healed, and, like, you're naturally forgiving your parents by doing things differently. Like, studying and acknowledging, okay, I don't want this, and, like, having the practical knowledge and applying it to your life. That is the way in which you forgive your parents, okay? Period. But you're doing your shit. I don't know who's watching this, but you're doing it. And I love that for you. Okay, but how to, that's what I have for you guys before I start going crazy again. You're probably like, this girl is crazy as hell. And is. Very much so. But yeah, like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you guys in another reading. Peace. Okay, pile number 2. Pile number 2. So sorry. Pile number 3. If you guys chose the swallow card. I hope that's how you say it. I mean, what other way would you say it? Swallow. But I don't remember swallow being spelled like this. But what other way would it be spelled? Very strange. Anyways, swallow. And then, oh my god, I used to get this card a lot, right? And I didn't know what this was. And I didn't even think to look it up, right? And then I was at this festival, like this witch festival. I forgot the name of it. It was a pagan festival. It was so dope, you guys. It was like so cool. Cause, like, normally I don't really tell people, like, that I'm into spirituality and things like that. But I just happened to be talking to one of my classmates, and he was like, yo, like, there's a pagan festival going on. And I never felt so at home in my life. And that's when I kept getting this card, and then I seen the swallow, it's a butterfly, right? That's not what this card talks about, but it's like a butterfly, and then it passed by. It was like this big butterfly, and it was black and yellow, right? And then he was like talking to one of his friends that works at the festival, and I want to say convention. I don't know why I said convention, but it's like next to this like place with conventions. And then he was like, "Oh, isn't that a swallow?" And I was like, "Oh my god, I keep pulling a card that says swallow." And then he was like, "Yeah, that's a swallow butterfly." But this is a bird. But, like, so every time I see this card, I think about the butterfly. Because, like, we don't see swallow birds out here. I heard, like, they're only out, like, the ocean. But I'm pretty sure they land on, like, land. But, like, I don't know what land they land on. But this was, like, really popular. I'm going to get into what this card talks about now. This card is, like, a bird. It's, like, I was going to say, let me show you. I can show you my iPad. I don't know if you guys already know what it looks like though, but it's a bird. Oh, my mom texted me. I'll respond to the video. not some people making up. You gotta be real specific. And look, it looks like this. And let me click on it. But you guys seen it, like, you see, like, back in the day when they had, like, those tattoos. This is what the bird looked like. Yeah. And see, like, the tattoos normally look like this. And, like, the pirates used to get it, like, tattooed and stuff like that. And that's, like, where tattoos, like, kind of originated. It's kind of crazy. I actually want to read this one. But my dog is kind of laying on the thing. Let me hold y'all, so. If he moves, you guys might fall. I'm not gonna hold you. Okay. This one talks about hope, optimism, last steps on a journey, and trust. The swallow has deep ties to sailors and... don't mind that. I'm like, is my toe in the camera? It is. I have to, like, fidget with things. Okay, the swallow has deep ties to sailors and naval companies across the across the world. In the UK, a sailor earns a swallow tattoo. Oh, I said pirates. It's a sailor. Earns a swallow tattoo for every 5,000 nautical miles they travel. Lore among sailors is seeing a swallow... What? Lore amongst... I love the word lore. Okay, let's start over. This is... Why is it so chaotic? Let's start from the beginning. The swallow has deep ties to sailors and naval companies across the world. In the UK, a sailor earns a swallow tattoo for every 5 nautical miles they travel. Lore among sailors is that seeing a swallow is a sure sign you're approaching land, even if you can't see it yet. It represents the end of the journey back home. The swallow card in this deck represents a similar sentiment, one of hope, optimism, and trust. It is a sure sign that you are nearing completion of a cycle in some way. The last step of this journey are right in front of you, even if you can't see them, or are having trouble believing they're there. Why did they make that a... Let's break it down. What do you call that? I forgot what it's called. They are there. Like, why would y'all put there? Like, please. Muster whatever strength and resiliency you can. And trust that you have nearly made it. This may require faith in something higher or bigger than yourself. Something divine and omnipotent that sees the grand plan. Trust that you are fully supported in this journey and will be carried where you need to go. When you need to be there. I'm getting the message of who you need to forgive. And I'm trying to, like, hurry up and read this. It's like 2 people. Well, kind of. Whatever the end of the cycle represents for you, know that hope is present. Find a way to grab onto it and trust that after being out at the sea for so long, your landing on solid ground is imminent. Okay, let me wrap that up for you guys. Let's put you guys somewhere. That makes sense. Okay, so essentially with this card, the swallow card, you're being asked to forgive the divine. You're asked to forgive God and yourself. Yeah. So I don't know, maybe you were upset with God or the divine with, like, not seeing results, you know? You may have really wanted something for a long time and you feel like you've been struggling for so long. And, like, you've been working at something, like, and really putting in and investing the time and energy and, like, blood, sweat, and tears. And you're like, why am I still struggling? Like, why am I still in this situation? Like, I just don't understand. Like, I've been doing the work, but it's like, it's nothing like it's being done. Like, it's still the same thing every single day. Same thing, same routine, same route. Like, nothing is changing for me, but I'm changing. I'm different. So why is my environment not showing that change? Like, why is not what I feel inward not being shown outward? You know, it's like, am I not devoting myself? Am I not following the signs? Am I not following the synchronicities? Am I not answering the callings? Like, doing what, like, I'm being told and guided to do? Like, I don't understand. I'm doing all these things, but like nothing is coming out of it. So like, what's going on? Like, what's wrong with me? What's wrong with the universe? Like, what's wrong with everything? Like, how is everything so unbalanced? Like, it's like doesn't make sense. But no, you are very valid in the way in which you feel. And you may have, because of everything that like you're going through currently, you may just feel like giving up, but you're doing great, you're doing wonderful, and you're almost there. Like, you're so close, I promise you. It's like one last step. It's like you're at judgment, and like you got one more thing to do before you reach the world card, and then you get your new beginning, which is the Fool. Yeah, but you have to forgive yourself. But it's not even self, it's more so the divine. Because you may be like so upset because you're like, I just put in so much work and but also yourself for like not believing and not having like keeping a positive mindset. And there's nothing wrong with that because you're only human, you know? I talked about this in other pals. Like, we try to get rid of the ego, but the ego is just in our shadows, is what makes us who we are. Like, we're human, it's not going away. As long as we're in these physical bodies, these vessels, we're gonna have an ego, and there's nothing wrong with that. Embrace it, enjoy it, because it's not gonna be here forever. It's very temporary. Our egos are very temporary, you know? So, yeah, forgive the divine for maybe like not answering. Like, you may like ask the divine, like, cause oh, he's dead wrong. That was funky. That's crazy. I was watching the Noah movie on Netflix, and I remember the scene where he was like talking to God, and he was like, yo, like, I don't understand, like, why are you not answering me? Like, why are you not talking? Like, I'm asking for your guidance, and my dog farted, I'm trying to get it, like, to go away. And he's like, why aren't you answering me? So you may be like upset, like, with the divine, with the universe, because it's like, why are you not answering me? Like, I'm asking for your help, and like, you're not doing anything for me. And so you may be angry. You're being asked to forgive the divine because it's like, I had to do this. Now I'm channeling myself. But like, the universe is like, I had to do this in order to build you to be able to build you up to be able to handle the things that will come next in the next chapter. So when you face these things, you're going to be able to, like, you're going to know that you can endure them because of what you've gone through before. You're going to know how resilient you are. You're going to know how much you can believe in self because of the things that you've gone through. You're going to know how to believe in self because when I wasn't there, you still had the divine guidance within you. Because I'm not something outside of you, I'm something that's within you. And everything that's outside of you is a reflection of what's within you. So I'm never not there for you. I'm always there for you. Because as long as you are there for yourself, then I am here with you. Yeah. Wow, period. I don't even know what card to pull. Let's pull these cards. So, what's next on your journey? What do you need to know to help you maintain your faith in yourself and the divine? Yang, peace, balance. Literally, I was talking about the shadow and the light. It's like your ego and then like your shadow. It's like your not even, what do you call that? What's another word for like your, I don't like the word light self and then dark self, like, no. There's like I don't even know another word for it, but the yin and the yang aspects of you. Because without the yin, I don't know which one's what. I think this one's yin and this one's yang. And then like with the good, there's always like the bad within it. You see how there's like black within the white and white within the black. So like everything is a paradox. What's like so within, so without, as below, so above. Same thing. It's all about balance. By you maintaining your balance of like self, inner balance, that's how you like keep your faith in the divine. By don't go into polar extremes. Just like hangman type of energy, being neutral. Yeah. And like just allowing like, yeah, gratitude, but allowing life to be what it is in the present moment. What's the bottom of the deck energy? Healing. Yeah. Because right now you're just in a healing, like, period. 4433. So, like, you're healing things of the past that you can no longer take with you. And so it's causing you to come more in alignment with self. Like, it's creating a balance between your masculine and feminine energy. Like, you know when to I always say, you know when to hold and you know when to fold. You know when to take action and you know when to pull it back. It's like teaching you the dance in life. Like the balance of opposites. It's kind of like Gemini, like a North Node and Gemini type of energy. Like neither this or that, but both. You know? But I feel like there's more from this. Let's read from the guidebook, because I feel like there's more messages that needs to come through from this reading, from this card. Yin and Yang, balance. The yin-yang symbol represents duality in all aspects of life. Light and darkness, masculine and feminine. Look, the higher self and the shadow self. Boom, there we go. I was going to say higher self, but I feel like, I don't know, etc. These are seemingly opposite, but they are complementary and interconnected. That's what I was saying when I was channeling earlier. Like, divine is not something outside of you. It's something within you. It's interconnected, you know? Literally, that's what I was saying. So that's what this card literally talks about. The way in which you can forgive the divine is by keeping a balance within self, knowing that, like, your belief in self is also your belief in the divine, and your capacity to do things and, like, push through and have resiliency is also, like, through the divine, you know? So you do have guidance. As long as you have your inner compass and you follow that, that is your divine guidance. It's not something outside of you, it's something within you. And that's literally the lesson that you're being taught right now. Okay, back to the read. The duality of this symbol is that although its origins are divine, in popular culture it represents both the spiritual and the secular. You do not have to choose one over the other. The yin-yang symbol displayed as a charm on a necklace is a reminder to embrace and recognize all parts of yourself, including the hidden or unseen aspects. Embrace your own duality and the way you express yourself. The universe is a chaotic yet finely tuned machine that always seeks to balance itself out. You should too. Express all aspects of yourself, embrace your spirituality, let go of anything weighing you down, change your perspective. Literally. Remember I said hangman energy. Change your perspective. That's all it's about. I literally said that. I was like, it's just the way in which you're looking at things. So it's like, there's nothing wrong with what's going on in your life. It's just, you're just in that part of your life. You're in that season. So it's like, heal your perspective on how you're seeing, how you see the divine, how you see yourself, and how you see your current circumstances. Yeah. I think that's it. Yeah, that's all. Okay, pile number 3. That was very interesting. Like, comment, subscribe. Let me know what you guys think, and I'll see you guys in another one. Peace. Okay, pile number 4. We have the Salamander card. This talks about following your inner spark. Like, when you get that spark, that nudge. And it's crazy because, like, today I have the Modern Witch Tarot deck out, and I was just looking at the Queen and the King of Wands, right? And on both of these cards there's a salamander. Wait, or maybe not. It's just on the King of Wands then. And normally, like the King of Wands, it just has like, wait, hold on. I was gonna look. My other deck is over there. But yeah, like, you always see the salamander on the King of Wands. I forgot, like, I was thinking that it was on here too, but it's not. They both have lions, though. That's what they both have. That's what I was thinking of. But yeah, this gives King of Wands energy. So it's like, ooh, step into a leadership role. Ooh. This reading, who do you need to forgive? Your father, in particular. Your father, there's multiple aspects to this. Okay, so it's your father, and if it's not your father, it's like masculine figures, masculine energy in society, in regardless. Like, it's either your father figures, like masculine energy I'm getting all together. If it's not a particular male in your life, then it's just like the way in which society tells masculine energy to show up. But I'm really getting specific. I said who, so I'm gonna go with father. Father figure, the male figures in your life. Forgive the male figures in your life for not showing you, okay, if you're a man and you identify as a man, for not showing you like what being a man truly is. Because a lot of times, like society, I was gonna say we, I'm not a man, but I be channeling y'all on so, because that's why I be like, it's so weird. Anyways, so a lot of times society like tells men like the way, like it's always like very superficial, the way in which they tell you to show up, but it's never out of a place of love for self. It's always for like validation, external, like praise and things like that, you know. But it's never like, and it's always something tangible and physical, whether it be like women, and like tangible, physical, and toxic. It's like women, large car, like expensive cars, large homes, watches, jewelry, nice clothing. It's always something like that, but it's never out of a place of like, they're never like emphasize on what do you do when like you feel this way, what do you do when you feel that way. Like the only way to express myself is when I'm angry, the only way to express myself is when I like it's something extreme, you know. I can never be vulnerable, like, but even then when you allow yourself to like express your anger, that's still an emotion, so you're still like, that's still vulnerability. Like, oh, real shit. Let's be honest here, because especially when it's such extremes, when it, like you express an energy in such extremes, it's like you put yourself in a very vulnerable position, because then people know like, okay, this person's angry, so then what can I do to fuel that anger, because this motion is what's driving them right now, it's what's dictating them, it's what's controlling their actions. So if I can enrage and fuel and throw gas into the flame and like ignite it even more, then I can have control over the situation. So when you operate in extremes, that's also you being vulnerable. You're putting yourself in a vulnerable position. But because it's an extreme, you lose control. When you put a fire gets out of control and it's put in extremes, do you know how dangerous that is? It's more dangerous than like, probably, it's more destructive. It's like probably the most destructive out of all the elements when it's like in extremes. So like you're yeah. So when male figures or men are taught that, it's like, well, masculine identifying people are taught like anger is the way like to express themselves, and like that's the only way. That's really like a negative thing. And I don't know, I'm focusing so much on that because it may be something significant about that. Like you may feel like you can only express like you can't express yourself unless you're angry, and like it's being, because like everything else is like vulnerable, but like that's still a sense of vulnerability. So I want to say that who needs to forgive, oh look, there's a butterfly, there's transformation. Yeah, but there's a card in, oh, and I've talked about the lion, and there's a card in the oracle of the Pluto deck, and it's the lion, and it's the divine feminine, and it represents the father. And I was thinking that this may not be like the father, because why didn't that card come out? But that card didn't come out because like that card is so specific, and this one has like different type of energy to it, so I can channel like both cards, you know. But like this card would probably be the better energy. I always wonder that, like, why certain cards don't come out, because like it like so specific. But the salamander in this deck talks about you following that internal flame, and it's like igniting your passion, especially because I came with the King of Wands. Yes, forgive a father figure, but forgive things that tell you that like you can't follow the passion within you, that you have to chase after like societal like norms is what I'm hearing. What society tells you it is that you should want as a man, as a woman, as a masculine identifying person. You know? No. It's like, Yeah, forgive all the people who were supposed to teach you what healthy masculine expression is. Why is he farting? Oh my god, my dog be farting and it be distracting me. Like, please stop. Yeah. I want to read this card too. For the last part, I read their card, but like, because there's more to it than what I'm not giving it justice. And then he be moving the camera. Like, boy, why is he doing this? Why you act like this? That's the one. Salamander, the alchemical process harnessing your internal flame. In alchemy thought, the salamander is strongly linked to the element of fire and plays a catalytic role in the process of alchemy. The poisonous bodies of salamanders are sacrificed to complete the philosopher's stone, which is the great work of such a practice, symbolizing the perfection of enlightenment. The arrival of this amphibious friend means that your internal fire is now required for your own alchemical transformation. That's crazy because I was like, butterfly transformation. Sometimes it is important to reflect on what ignites our internal flame. What inspires you, excites you, make you come alive. Often feelings of fear, excitement, anticipation go hand in hand. Move closer to this combination of emotions now. In this chapter of your life, it is necessary to push the envelope and challenge yourself by stepping outside the bubble of comfort. You already know what exists there. Try something new instead. Yeah. And then the further reflection. Nothing changes if nothing changes, and the entire purpose of alchemy is experimental transformation. You are being asked to try on a new shape or size. While it doesn't mean that you must commit to the first size you try on. Being brave enough to step into something new does signal that you won't be able to return to everything you once knew, and honestly, why would you want to? You know, it's weird. I feel imposter syndrome. I feel it's like you've outgrown the person that you are, and then there's something in you that's guiding you to something different. But it's like you're hesitant to follow that because it's like of who society has told you should be as I feel like I don't know if like there's a guy watching this, but I'm getting that. Like that's what it's giving like as a man. Especially because we got this, but you don't even have to be a man. But as like a masculine, this is for masculine. I'm just gonna go with that energy because that's what I'm getting. I literally, I don't know. So like you've been taught like this is who you be like, as a man. You can't do this, you can't do that. Everything has to be practical. Everything like that's just what like men are taught. Like honestly. But it's like, no, like I have a dream. I have something that's creative and it's outside the norm and I want to follow that. I want to chase it. And you're being told to forgive. It's not even literally about forgiving, but like acknowledge like the limitations that like who you've been taught to be as a man has like put on you and like move past that. I'm getting like a lot of different stuff. I'm gonna pull these cards. What else does pile number 4 need to know? I heard a lot. 57. Wow, this reading's long. Grief. Literally, I was like, it's like you need to express your emotions. Like, grieve your past self and like the version of you that like you didn't allow to like hold space for the version of you that like other people didn't hold space for. Like the parts of you that like want to cry, the parts of you that want to scream, the parts of you that want to express emotions outside of anger. Yeah. And then I see find an oracle. So with that, it's giving me like really solidify your belief system and what aligns with you. Like, you know, like it's giving me your morals and your standards, because once you have like a belief system, like a faith that's like unshakable, nothing outside of you can control or dictate you, you know. So you're being asked to like find your oracle, find your north star, something that like you believe in, that like is like your god honest truth, you know. Have a belief system that's like so strong and so powerful that nothing can like penetrate it. Yeah. And I'm getting that you may need to cry. Like there's something about crying. That's what I was getting, that like when I was talking about the anger, it's like, and you may think like you're not being vulnerable when you're like showing your anger, but you are. And so it's like, but what you really want to do is cry, but instead you're screaming and yelling. So it's like, do that, exactly that, cry, you know? Anything else? Pile number 4. Choose love. Yeah. And abundance. Yeah, it's like more feminine aspects of you want to like be expressed. I'm trying to see if any other cards left over. But you don't allow them, and you have fill your cup. You don't allow them because of like what's this, you can even be like a woman and like but you like tap more into a masculine energy because it's like, oh, like being feminine and expressing emotions is like, that's weak, like, you know, like that's nothing, like, you know, like, nah, like that ain't me. But no, you have grieve, choose love, and abundance. Literally, grieve the past, choose love, and abundance. Choose abundance of love. Choose things that like fill up your heart space, you know, that truly align with you. Like, don't choose things because like you feel like, oh, that's the right thing to do. Like, yeah, things that society will like praise you for. Choose things that like really you enjoy. Like with this abundance card, it's like she's planted these things and she's harvested them, and but she's only planted things that really like are like beneficial to her, like that are aligned with her. And that's what like it's coming up with fill your own cup. It's like, don't do what people tell you that like is ideal for the masculine stereotype. Do what truly aligns with you. And for you, I feel like that's more so tapping into like your masculine and your feminine energy. And this came out for the last part, the yin and yang, balancing the masculine, but like it wasn't necessarily talking about balancing the masculine and feminine energy. But in this group, it is like that card didn't come out for you, but like it's at the bottom of the deck. So like I'm applying it to you because it does apply. So it's like, forgive the masculine figures for teaching you, the masculine figures and society, the patriarchal part of society, for teaching you that like your feminine like energy was like invalid, and that you have to be like overly masculine in order to be respected in your like as a person. But specifically if you're a man, be respected as a man, because that's not true. Like, you were born with both aspects for a reason, like, and they're meant to be expressed equally. And I was talking about the extremes, like, even it goes back to that. It's like nothing in extremes is good. So like if you're overly masculine, that's not benefiting you in any way. Anything else pile number 4 needs to know? Then we have stars, divine guidance. Yeah, that's what I'm getting. Protection, evil eye. Yeah. Energy. With the divine guidance, it's like I said, find your true north, your north star. It's like you're being called to have a stronger relationship with the divine, because you solidifying your relationship. Sorry, I'm trying to get this. I've been talking so much, so then like my mouth is like has like a line on it. You solidifying your relationship with God and the divine, the universe, whatever you like want to call it, is what's really going to guide you to balancing and having like a healthy outlook on life and your emotions and the way you express yourself. Because it's like there's a part of you that like is lit up and it's like wanting to go, but there's still something like holding you back, and it's like you have to grieve that. And it may be like a certain like event has happened that's triggering this within you, and it's like you have this idea of what you want to do, but it may be outside of the norm. for like your specific gender, or like not even like gender, but because this one I'm not getting gender. This reading I'm getting like is more geared toward people that are like really into the masculine energy, and that like, yeah, like this is it, like masculine energy is the way, denounce anything feminine. You may not be that extreme, but like if you really go within, you never know, like you may really have those belief systems, and you're being told to like really connect to what's true to you. You know how like don't have blind faith. Make sure your faith is curated to what fits you and your life and your standards, morals, and obligations. Period. Period. Okay? That's what I have for you, pal, for. This was a very long reading. So crazy. Let me know what you guys think. I feel like that was all over the place. So I want to know, like, if you guys understood what I was saying, if it made sense for you, if it didn't. Let me know. Like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you guys in another reading. Deuces.